Okay, video check. New microphone should be working. Well, let's get to it. Hello YouTube, this is Bro Gamer and I welcome you back to the channel. And for this video, I'll be showcasing some PlayStation 2 games which I think are rare or will become more rare as time progresses. These are, in my view, some of the best experiences that can be had on PlayStation 2. These are games that I have already played or I am playing at the moment. So a little bit of ground rules. Obviously, we're in the PAL market, so I'll be focusing on games that are strictly in the PAL region. And my view on these games are more or less from the South African gamer's perspective. It might be a little bit different from the region that you're in, or maybe the territory, maybe the copies that have been sold or released in your markets. Before we get into the video, I thought I'd show you this, which came with my wife's birthday gift when I ordered it. And there's the 7 controller. Instead of paying that very high price for just a slick gold controller and these digital add-ons, why couldn't we actually get a physical pen or lighter and so forth that you can actually use day to day? I really do feel that we're getting the short end of the stick here in the 2020s, whereas we'd be actually getting something like this in a physical form in the late 90s or early 2000s. Just something to think about, somewhat relevant in why physical media and items are important. So without further ado, my first game that I'm currently playing at the moment, my apologies, Dragon Quest VIII, The Journey of the Cursed King. And without a doubt, one of the contenders for Game of the Year for 2026 for myself. So obviously the graphics are very, very cool. I think almost timeless. The adventure, the RPGing, and even just the battles have aged very, very well. And it's nonetheless a title that I do highly recommend for the PlayStation 2. I have the Platinum copy, so while the disc looks a little bit bare bones, I got the manual. It actually looks pretty awesome. Let me show it off on camera. If you haven't collected for the PlayStation 2, here's one of the reasons why you should, because you actually get cool stuff like a gaming manual for the game that you're playing and enjoying. So yeah, just some food for thought. I really am enjoying this game, and even though it has got the Platinum Hits release, meaning that it sold a lot of copies and then it done a re-release with like similar to the greatest hits in the US. I hardly see copies float around for sale on the internet, and if I do, they're often sold above market value. And if you are able to find a bargain, I'd rather recommend you pick this game up sooner rather than later. It's definitely one of Akira Toriyama's masterpieces. Next up, I have a Duology, and while not the best sellers, these also received a bit of a moderate release for PlayStation 2 as well as PSP, and that is Grand Theft Auto, Liberty City Stories, and Vice City Stories. So obviously not as popular as the other 3D PlayStation 2 Grand Theft Auto games. There are a lot of copies, especially for this, that are floating around, but less so for Vice City Stories. And it is often selling for a lot more than what it is worth. Other people do think that it's a little bit of a more difficult game to find. It actually took me a couple of months to look for this game in very awesome condition with the manual and disc intact. So just another one of those Rockstar releases which I'd recommend you pick up sooner rather than later. These are PlayStation exclusive, so they haven't been released on Xbox and PC so far as I know. These only are experiences you can enjoy on the PlayStation 2 or the PlayStation Portable. Okay, for my next game I have Manhunt 2, banned in many PAL territories across the world. This is more of a psychological horror. It gets your brain thinking all sorts of conspiracy theories and alternate scenarios in the game. truly a unique PlayStation 2 game. This is one that I actually paid a lot of money for, one of the most I've ever paid for a PlayStation 2 game. It's only doubled in price since then, and one that is very scarce. I hardly see copies floating around. If you do happen to find this one by sheer luck, complete with the manual, I highly recommend you picking this up and adding it to the collection. Okay, for my next recommendation for a game that will only get scarce with time is The Ark of Napishtim. So, and Falcom developed the game, same studio behind the Legend of Heroes series, which is one of my favorites. This is one that I think will only get rarer with age. It's one of the only release games for PlayStation 2. A very fun action RPG. I played this towards the end of 2024. I had a lot of fun with it, and I hardly see any copies floating around, but when I do see one pop onto the market, it's often for a lot more than what I've paid for, and one that's only rising up with price. Nonetheless, an awesome addition to your game collection if you are able to find one on the cheap. Pretty surprised that this is actually a very rare game, especially here in South Africa, and that is Twisted Metal Black. So to date I've only seen like what, 3-4 copies float around. One of them is the one that I own, and the other 2 to 3 that I did see on market were often retailing for much more than what they're worth. And obviously, while a legendary game behind Sony, it is still nonetheless very expensive to pick up, and to find one that's very good condition like this one. Nonetheless, a very awesome vehicular combat experience, which I do feel every PlayStation 2 owner should experience. Next up, a legendary tactical JRPG with a series that's ongoing, and that is Disgaea. So this is the PlayStation 2 version. I have played the PlayStation Portable. That was my first version that I've played for the series, and nonetheless a very awesome game to play. They have done a remaster for the PlayStation 4. I think it's Disgaea 1 Complete, and it's especially one that I advocate for newer gamers to try out. Obviously it's not your traditional RPG experience, but nonetheless a very fun sort of chess-like experience that you can have, and obviously with the unique blend of characters, their unique shenanigans, the items, the weapons, and so forth. It's a very memorable game to play, and one that I think will get a little bit more rare and expensive as time progresses, especially if you'd like to collect all the Disgaea games for your gaming collection. Okay, for my next recommendation, future classic, this was recommended on the channel Gaming Off the Grid, and after seeing Robin West play it, was absolutely one that I had to pick up. So finding one by sheer luck online, I purchased it almost immediately, and I'm very happy that I did. Despite not being a shooter fan, it is the Red Star. So playing this was very difficult, but the combat was very addictive. I couldn't put my controller down. It's one that I absolutely recommend if you are a fan of shooters and you haven't added to the collection. This is highly recommended even from a non-shooter like shooter fan like myself, and one that I think that you'll absolutely have a blast playing. Okay, for the next recommendation, this is a shooter, but it's more of a third-person action style shooting game. It only lasts about 2.5 hours. Not that much of a long game, but nonetheless a very fun one, and that is Gungrave. So I also stumbled upon this one by sheer luck. Very addictive shooting gameplay, and one that I highly recommend that you do add to the collection, whether you do like anime style games or those with the Japanese aesthetic, or even if you're not a fan of Japanese games. This is just a worthwhile experience in my book that I'd recommend if you do own a PlayStation 2. I do think that it is one that will get more expensive as time progresses, despite being a very short game, and I do think it's received a remaster. I think Gungrave Core is what it's called, I just have to look more into that. But nonetheless, this is a fun PlayStation 2 pickup that I highly recommend. Okay, next up I have a Max Payne clone, but I think it's actually done Max Payne with the needle snapped off and the dial turned up to 11, and that is Dead to Rights 2. So obviously you play as a Jack Slate, a rogue cop, and his faithful companion Shadow, the husky or wolf. But very dynamic and fluid gameplay with the slow-mo bullet time shooting effects. Very addictive game to play, and a game that actually had me on edge throughout its runtime. A bit of a rare game. I've only seen 2 to 3 copies float around, and when I was able to find one on the cheap, it was at this copy for about $250-300. It is about a 6 to 8 hour game to complete, but it is nonetheless a fun experience to be had. Okay, next up I have an Italia game, and this is the only one that I've seen available in South Africa, the one that I picked up, and that was from a store that was on the East Coast, and that is Italia Iris, the first in the Italia Iris lineup for the PlayStation 2. So obviously the alchemy is a little bit more bare bones. The game is set on the journeying aspect and the dungeon crawling and exploration experience. A very fun and niche title for the PlayStation 2. This is one of my favorites for 2025. If you are able to find one by sheer luck or have to emulate, is nonetheless a very awesome gaming experience. If you've played many of the newer entries, it's worthwhile actually playing the PlayStation 2 version right here. Okay, 2 games left. So when I was looking for this particular game for a couple of months now, and despite being one of the most legendary titles behind Sony's brand, it was nonetheless very difficult to find a PlayStation 2 version. I have played the PS3 kind of remaster, the HD version of the game, but I really wanted to go back and get the PlayStation 2 variant, and that is Ico by the legendary team Ico that have also made Shadow of the Colossus and The Last Guardian. Very unique sort of minimalist storytelling experiences which actually do overlap each other. These are very timeless games to play and highly recommended additions for the PlayStation 2 gaming experience. I do feel that these are going to be only much rarer and expensive as time progresses, as a lot of new collectors into the PlayStation ecosystems try and hunt down these older games for the more retro systems. So yeah, a very simplistic but very fun and timeless game to play. That is Ico. Okay, and for the number 1 game on the list, and one that actually struck me with the idea of making this video. This is one of the most expensive games in the PlayStation 2 lineup for my collection, and also a PAL exclusive, and that is The Sword of Etheria, action RPG, more based on the teamwork combat between you and your party members. So obviously with that sort of focus, you juggle enemies, inflicting damage, and obviously the more damage you inflict in that style, you actually earn the rewards that you need to level up and progress. A little bit of a frustrating game in some areas, especially if you're focusing on more that solo play, which is what the game punishes you for. It is a very fun, unique game, but it's definitely not worth the price to admission of being one of the most expensive games for the PAL lineup, PlayStation 2. Nonetheless, a very fun game. I do think that it has a very sick art style, and one that I think is also truly unique. You can let me know if you've played this game before and what are your thoughts on it. I'm about 80% of the way through, and I'm nearly done with the campaign. Okay, yeah, so that's my lineup. Rare games that I think will only become more collectible or sought after, and only get more expensive as time progresses. Obviously, some of these have seen more larger releases, but as people tend to buy their games to keep permanently on their shelf, there'll be less copies in circulation, which I think will be a little bit of a bummer, especially if you're looking for games to collect for your system. So I thank you for watching. So let me know your thoughts. What are some of your rare PlayStation 2 games, or just rare games in general, which you do think will become future collectibles, or more sought after as more people delve into adding these titles to the collection. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk again real soon, and I wish you all the best.